You finally get the thing you've been chasing your whole life, and the first thought you have is this it? Let me introduce you to a guy named Michael Adams. For 30 years, Michael played the game exactly the way he was told to play it. He got the good grades, he took out the student loans to get the reputable degree, and he landed the corporate job with the dental plan and the 401k match. By every metric society gave him, Michael Adams was a success story. He had the four-bedroom house in the suburbs, the leased SUV in the driveway, and a title on his business card that sounded important when he introduced himself at dinner parties. But if you actually looked closely at Michael's life, not the Instagram version of it, but the mechanical, day-to-day reality, you would notice something strange. He was running a marathon at a sprint pace, and the finish line kept moving. We live in a culture that worships the hustle. We are told that if we just push a little harder, earn a little more, and upgrade our lifestyle, we will finally arrive at this magical destination called happiness. But nobody ever warned you about the toll booth waiting at that destination. Think about how Michael spends his money. Like most of us, he is an unintentional victim of what I call the fake sale illusion. Michael walks into a department store or opens a browser tab and he sees a jacket. The tag says it's marked down from $500 to $250. His brain instantly does the math. I am saving $250. He buys it, feeling like a financial genius. But here is the quiet, uncomfortable truth that retailers have known for decades. That jacket was never worth $500. It was manufactured for $30, designed to be sold for $250, and given a fake anchor price of $500 just to manipulate the psychology of the person looking at the tag. Michael didn't save $250. He spent $250 on a jacket he didn't even know he wanted 10 minutes ago. And this isn't just about jackets. It's about cars, houses, and lifestyle upgrades. We are conditioned to believe we are making smart financial choices while quietly draining our wealth to buy things we don't need, to impress people we don't even like. This brings us to the biggest misunderstanding in the modern American economy: the difference between high income and true wealth. If you ask the average person on the street what it means to be wealthy, they'll describe Michael Adams. They'll describe the guy making $250,000 a year, wearing a Rolex and driving a luxury car. But income is not wealth. Income is just the water flowing into the bucket. Wealth is the water that stays in the bucket, and Michael's bucket is full of holes. Sure, Michael makes $250,000 a year, but after federal taxes, state taxes, the massive mortgage on the house he barely spends time in, the payments on the 2 leased cars, the private school tuition, and the credit card debt from maintaining his wealthy appearance, Michael has almost nothing left at the end of the month. He is what the financial industry calls a Henry, high earner, not rich yet. But the yet is a lie, because his lifestyle naturally inflates to consume every single dollar he makes. If his boss gave him a $50,000 raise tomorrow, Michael wouldn't invest it. He'd buy a boat. This is the ultimate trap of the rat race. Michael is a millionaire on paper, maybe, if you count the equity in his overpriced house, but he can't buy groceries with drywall. He is trapped in a golden cage of his own making. He works 60 hours a week in a high-stress environment because he has to. If he misses 2 paychecks, the entire house of cards collapses. Compare Michael to the guy who cuts his lawn. Let's call him Dave. Dave drives a 12-year-old truck with a dent in the bumper. He wears jeans from a discount store. He makes $70,000 a year, but Dave lives on $40,000. For the last 20 years, Dave has quietly taken the difference and bought boring, low-cost index funds. Dave doesn't look rich. He will never go viral on social media. But Dave has $1 million in liquid investments that throw off cash every single year. Dave owns his time. If Dave decides he wants to take a month off to sit on a porch and watch the rain, he just does it. Michael Adams has to ask his boss for permission to take a long weekend. So who is the wealthy one? The system doesn't want you to be Dave. The American economy is built on consumption. It requires you to be Michael Adams. It requires you to be permanently dissatisfied with what you have. Because a content person, a person who knows they have enough, is a terrible consumer. Think about the marketing messages you are bombarded with every single day. They are perfectly engineered to make you feel inadequate.
Your phone is too slow, your car doesn't have the right badge, your kitchen countertops are the wrong kind of marble. They sell you a cure for a disease they intentionally gave you. But true wealth is entirely invisible. Wealth is the car you didn't buy. It's the diamond watch you didn't feel the need to wear. It's the quiet confidence of knowing you don't have to prove your worth to a stranger at a red light. When Michael Adams looks in the mirror, he doesn't see a rich man. He sees a tired man. He sees a guy who traded his youth, his peace of mind, and his time for a pile of beautifully branded liabilities. He climbed to the very top of the ladder, only to realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. The hardest financial skill you will ever have to learn is not how to analyze a stock chart, or how to negotiate a salary, or how to flip real estate. The hardest financial skill in the world is getting the goalpost to stop moving. It is looking around at your life, turning off the noise of the culture, and defining the word enough. Because if you don't define what enough means for you, the world will gladly define it for you. And their definition will always be just a little bit more. You don't have to play the game the way Michael Adams did. You don't have to participate in the fake sales, the lifestyle creep, or the endless pursuit of looking rich at the expense of actually being rich. You can just step off the treadmill. You can build a life that is quiet, simple, and entirely yours. You can choose to buy back your time instead of buying another heavy, expensive chain to wear around your neck. Because the moment you stop running, take a breath, and realize you already have everything you actually need,